Hey guys, it's Holly, and today I'm going to show you my Pusheen pastel Christmas dollhouse. I made this dollhouse using a dollhouse kit from banggood.com. I will put the link to where you can find it down below in the description. If you haven't seen my other dollhouse videos, I have a playlist. I will link it up in the corner, but let's go ahead and get started. So this is what the kit is supposed to look like. It comes with all of the pieces, including the little Christmas tree, which is really cute. It also comes with the lights you will need and a music box. I don't know why it's so dirty. You get all the wallpaper and floors, but again, I'm going to be changing all of that. So the first step is to do the walls and the floor, so I'm just going to use some pastel pink paper for the wallpaper. Making sure to poke the holes where the music box is going to go and also the lights. Then for the floor, I'm going to use this white wooden floor. And then I glued the floor to the walls. Then I'm going to add the music box. There's a fireplace in this kit, so instead of using the typical brick color, I decided to go with white bricks. I cut out the original pieces to use as a template to cut out mine, and then glued all my paper to the wooden pieces it comes with. I decided to paint all of the dark wood a lighter brown. Then I put the fireplace together, including the fire. And then that goes right over the music box. And then I added the chimney part. Moving on to the couch, it comes in a lot of different pieces and it can get kind of confusing. So what I like to do is measure all of the pieces and label them according to the instructions. Also, sometimes the pieces aren't entirely perfect, so you need to cut them off or sand them down to make them work. Then we break out our trusty felt. Also, don't use marker to measure out your felt because that is a very bad idea. And we have our arms done. Then I just repeated the same process using this really pretty teal color fabric that I found. Also, I would just like to mention that making tiny furniture is my new favorite thing to do ever. It is extremely satisfying and I love it. Then I repeat pretty much the same process for all of the pieces of the couch. Then once you have all of the pieces done, you can glue it all together and make a little tiny couch. Tiny couches are my favorite. I absolutely love the plush Pusheen wreath, so I really wanted to make a mini version of it for the dollhouse. First I started to make it out of clay, and then I decided that I didn't like it made out of clay, and I decided to make it out of wool and needle felt it. And if you don't know what needle felting is, it's basically just wool that you poke with a needle with little tiny barbs on it over and over and over again, and it ties little tiny knots and it hardens, and then you can basically make it into whatever you want. So after a lot of poking, it looks like this. I made a little Pusheen and put it in the middle of the wreath. And then I added a bow, and then I had these really cool stickers that look like the little ornaments on the wreath. But then after looking at it, I realized that I didn't really match the color of Pusheen, so then I made another one and I like it a lot better. For the coffee table, I decided to paint it white since this brown was a little too dark for my pastel room. This coffee table is like a box, and so I painted the dark brown, the light brown, and then I glued it all together, and I didn't like it, and I painted it a lighter brown, and I still didn't like it, so then I just ripped it all off and decided to make a whole new coffee table using popsicle sticks and this dowel that I got from Home Depot. So I made my own little trim and then added the little sticks for legs, and then painted it all white. I also wanted to recreate the Pusheen stocking, so I used the template that came with the kit as a guide. I made a pink one and a teal one, and then used opposite colors for the bows. I made the Pusheen heads out of polymer clay. And then later decided that the dark pink was too dark, and then I went with more of a pastel pink. Then for the window, I found this really cute picture of a Santa Pusheen with a stormy reindeer. The kit comes with this pipe cleaner for a garland, and I decided to paint it a more mint color. And then glued that up top, and then I made little bows for every little top point. I forgot to add the bell to the wreath, so I just glued on a little gold bead that came with the kit. So the tree that came with the kit was very dark and not very cute, so I found this really pretty mint colored tree in the Target dollar section, and it is perfect color for this dollhouse. I found these super tiny LED lights that are perfect for the tree. The only problem was that the lights were kind of far away from each other for such a tiny tree, so I kind of had to bundle it all up together, and then I ended up painting the wire to match the color of the tree. And now I have a lighted tree, and it's so cute! I also painted the tree stand a gold color. I also made this little Pusheen star, and I think it's really, really cute. I added a light to the bottom of it, and then glued it to the top of the tree. Strung the wires through the hole in the wall, and then made sure that the tree lighting wire was out of the way. I made a bunch of little ornaments out of polymer clay to add to the tree. Kind of wish I had used beads that were shinier instead, but oh well. Now we can add our couch. Then, of course, after I had glued everything down and it was hard to get to, I found this gold ball chain in the kit and decided to wrap it around the tree. I made the lamp pretty much exactly how it is in the instructions. I just colored it a little bit, but it's basically a wire with a bunch of beads on it. And then you just bend the wire to hold the light in it. I painted it white and teal. And then I wrapped it in gold ribbon, and it looks very pretty. String that wire through the wall and then glue it on the wall by the couch. I printed off some really cute little pictures to hang on the wall and then made little white frames for them. These are the presents that came in the kit, and I'm going to use them as stencils to print my own wrapping paper, which I think is adorable. You just fold and glue those together, and then I added cute little bows. Then I made the teeniest little gingerbread cookies out of polymer clay, and then I put them on a pink plate and then later changed it to a blue plate. I also made a tiny Pusheen snowman. To make a tiny snow globe, I found this cute little picture. I cut it out and glued it to this bead that came with the kit, and then you glue it to the base, which I ended up changing later. I also added some glitter to make it look like a real snow globe. Adding some family photos to the mantle. It was at this point I decided to put an LED inside of the fireplace to make the fire look like it was actually lighted. Then I made a little Pusheen clock like those cat clocks back in the day, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I think it's really cute. And then more pictures on the wall. I added a piece of fabric for a rug and then the coffee table. It was at this point I realized that I had a pink plate and a pink cup, and I didn't like how it looked, so then I remade the plate to be blue. Hanging my presents under the tree. Then it's time to put together all of the wires from all the lights and attach it to the battery pack. I like to use hot glue to make sure all the wires stay together. This kit does require 2 AA batteries, and it's done! Here is what the music box sounds like. I also got one of the mini vinyl figures, and it fits perfectly in this dollhouse, and I think she looks so cute cuddled up on the couch. I will put the link to where you can get those down below in the description as well. So that is it for my Pusheen dollhouse. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out my other dollhouse videos. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!